Alright, I may or may not mess this up really badly. Okay, testing out a new setup. I may or may not mess this up really badly with the audio and visual settings, but we're just gonna go with it. So, on the oh, I forgot my customary hello, hello. I am back and I'm doing Halloween makeup. And if you see me looking over here, it's because my screen is over here, my camera's over there, and my microphone's over there. So we'll see how this setup works out. This is my first time using it. And I am going to do a pretty complicated one for it because why not? So I am going to be doing the makeup on this, on my face, and we'll see how it goes. This is mostly just to test the setup, but also because I'm going to be putting that much time into that much work, I might as well record it. Gonna hang this here and hope that little hook stays. All right. So, just gonna use a little face massager on my face to try to get rid of any puffiness. I ate a little too much salt yesterday, so there's a lot of water retention going on, and I find that this does help with the lymph massage to push it out. So I really like that graphic, which is why I got that t-shirt. And I also really like that kind of floral style, sort of Art Nouveau type pattern. And I found that I had a pretty perfect dress to go with it. This blue. And I've already picked out a purse too. I don't have anything like that in a hat, so I'm just going to use a regular sun hat. But yeah, this is for Halloween. I was unprepared for this year, and when in lack of a costume, face paint. Face paint always works, and it also helps that it's a skull motif. So I went online to see what I could sort of dig up more on this graphic, and it's actually surprisingly hard to find a high resolution image. I did run across a video sped up of the makeup being done, so I kind of know what it looks like on the side of the face, but otherwise I'm just going to improvise. And also it's a bit unusual because the nose area and the eye hollow area are actually a little bit of a translucent black rather than pitch black, and that's actually going to be a little bit more difficult. But first things first, we'll do the base. And I don't know if it's very evident from here, but the face is lighter than the neck, so I will be using a foundation that's a shade or two lighter to mimic that effect. This thing runs for 3 minutes, so it should be done anytime now, and I have an update it's asking for. This is one of the videos I'm most unprepared for. I just have all my makeup next to me on the floor here, the brushes I may or may not need here and here. So I'll be disappearing off camera periodically a bit to grab stuff. Basically, I'm just going to wing it. Not like that's any different. It's just I'm a little less prepared to wing it than normal. If you hear a little sound, I have a fan running because it is 85 degrees and the AC is shot. A great time for it to not work. And I might also run off to get a paper towel to dab at my face because it is hot. Okay, so that being done, I'm gonna put my hair up, get it out of the way. Get all of it out of the way. Okay, so I'm a little bit semi-prepared. I have Q-tips, I have headband, hair accessories. But as far as the makeup goes, no. I kind of picked out my lipstick. I think I'm going to use NARS Rita because it's such a nice true red. And also because I do plan on matching it to this purse I have here, which is red. So I figured it'd be nice blue, 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 and then red, red. So that's why that is. Otherwise, yeah, it's my favorite red. This is my second tube of Rita. Otherwise, I was thinking of using the purple. I don't know, I may still go with the purple just because it's unusual, and this is a perfect time to wear it, but I may end up going with red. We'll see. So, let's do base first. And I'll be looking down at my phone for reference images. So I have them downloaded here like this. And I'm just going to be going through this one is the actual person there. And then so I took this screen capture, or no, the other ones are screen captures, and then such as so, and then that one's the actual posted image. That one's the most detailed and highest resolution. And then I have my mirror down here. And I might find something to boost and elevate it because this is a little low. Maybe I'll put it there. Find a box to put it on. Like I said, totally unprepared. Oops. I have no idea if this face base plays nice with this foundation. But it's makeup. If it doesn't work, I can just wipe it off. Oh, speaking of wipes, I should get my makeup wipes ready just in case. I'm gonna go grab those and come back. Also, if something about my face is triggering Uncanny Valley today, it's because I have circle lenses in. They're just really thick black circle lenses that are probably 2 millimeters larger than the pupil to give an appearance of a really, really dark limbic ring. So if you're getting a little, that's what's going on. So I did prepare a little bit for this video. I did that off camera because I don't want to subject any of you to that exorcist looking experience. So I'm going to be using my Clarisonic again. I just switched out the massage head for the makeup brush head. I'm going to be going in the Fusukyu cream foundation. And this is, I think, sufficiently lighter than my skin. Well, paper towels never hurt. And I'm not going to bother with covering up dark circles. I might do a little bit of concealing around the edges of my mouth and nose just to make it cleaner. And this is the Suki Cream Foundation is actually really going well over the Perfectionist primer so far. It's not balling up from just me patting it on. I'm going to find something to elevate my mirror real quick here. I'm going to use a little box. Stick it here. Bring the mirror up to eye level, hopefully. And not block the mirror. I mean, not block the microphone. There we go. Words. Hard. The reason why I'm not going to worry about concealing any darkness around the eyes is because there's, well, the darkness around the eyes, but I think I will conceal around the nose and mouth to kind of help make it crisper and cleaner. And some of you may notice another new setup, yes. I really like the setup that I have now. It took me a while to come up with it. I had to build a couple things. And it's a bit unique in that my screen is kind of just floating, and I actually have this two sides to this table. So I can work from either of the long sides or the far short side, depending on how much space I need in front of me to work on whatever project it is. Also freshly painted the walls this light green. It was a lot of work during the hottest part of the year. But I'm super happy with how it is now. Oh yeah, for a while my sleep schedule was flipped. So because I had to wait for it to be cool enough to start working, and even at like 2 a.m. I was still sweating buckets, but I would basically work on this place from 10 until 4 or 5 in the morning and then go to sleep. Wake up, do day things, and then wait until it was cool enough in the night again. And then rinse and repeat until this was done. I'm not gonna take the foundation onto the ears just because that's a bit messy and I don't want to deal with that cleanup later. Otherwise they are a little bit darker. But it's okay, it'll be covered up by hair. You don't see ears in that, so. And the Sukyu foundation does go a long way, but I'm trying to cover up as much as possible. For natural everyday, this would be too much, but I kind of want this to be a mask. Let's take bets on how long that little hook on the wall is going to hold up that t-shirt. Normally it just holds a couple necklaces I pick out that I'm going to wear for the week. And this is the now discontinued Sukyu foundation, Sukyu cream foundation in 110. It has a bit of SPF too, so that adds to the reflective glow properties, which is actually kind of perfect in this case. Okay, find the cap. Started running tally of which makeup I use and what I use so I can tabulate it later. I'm going to set with powder, and then I'm also going to take an eyebrow pencil and fill my hairline to make it smoother and rounder. I might do that with eyeshadow. We'll see. First, face powder. I am going to use what I call the Purdy Birdie Perfecting Powder and a brush. Now the question is, which brush do I use? Okay, I'm going to use the Beautylish Year of the Pig brush. It was in my current recently washed pile, so it's conveniently right on top, and I only need a little loose layer of powder. On second thought, maybe putting on this dress first was not the smartest of things to do, but it's more aesthetic. So the dress is on and it's staying on. Maybe I should have worn an apron, but an apron would also ruin the aesthetic. So the dress stays on without an apron. And I did prep the lips with lip balm. So It'll be nice and hydrated for when we get to the lip step. Okay, so the brush is gliding over everywhere with no snags, and that means everything has been covered. Great. I'm gonna grab a brush holder for all the brushes I'm going to be using later. The usual brush bar. I don't think I'm going to need a powder brush later, but just in case, I will stick it here. Okay, fill the hairline first or do the face part first. Well, we're going to fill hairline first. So I could either do it with this grayish, blackish eyebrow pencil, or I can do it with shadow. I think I'll do it with shadow just because a brush going dab, dab, dab would be faster. The trick will be finding a gray that's okay. I think I'll go with one of the colors I use for brows first, see how that works, and then darken it up if I need. I'm going to use a Sonia G soft concealer brush. Going into this color, and we'll see how it goes. It might be slightly too warm. Slightly too warm as predicted, but it's okay because we will layer something over it later. My hair does have a bit of warmth to it, especially if the sun hits it. It kind of turns a russet red. So this is not too far off. Just need to layer something slightly cooler over it. And I'm kind of just pushing and wiggling it in between the hairs and kind of pushing it through this way to get it underneath. This is not something I do often at all. I just know it exists as a technique to kind of make things look more flawless. I could use a pomade, but that's also more difficult to remove later. Can't be sure I have it thoroughly out unless I really scrub in there with an oil cleanser, which I'm going to have to use anyways, so. That's some of that taupe gray, and I'm going to find a more gray and see about putting that in. Let's see here. Nope, still too warm. Not gray enough. Nope, too purple. Could just go for straight black. Let's see how this black works. Okay. It's not atrocious. I'm going to stipple it on by putting it here and then pushing it in. And that warm base underlayer is actually working out really well. I feel like I'm hiding my roots. And I actually don't have to take it that far in because I am going to put a hat on later. It's not exactly like that hat. Actually, it's nowhere even near that kind of hat. But it's a hat that's blue that matches the dress, matches the makeup, so I'm going with it. Just diffusing the edges a bit so it looks more natural. Okay, that's hairline taken care of with a concealer brush. I'm gonna stick that there, stick that there. And I think I will do eyebrows next, if not contouring. Let's do contouring first. I'm going to grab my contouring brush. I had a couple brushes in the bathroom where they were being used. Let's put you there. And going in with the usual contouring powder. For highlight, I'm going to use something that's a little bit unusual. You'll see what it is in a second. So let's take care of contouring first. Re-adding dimension back to the face. Using a Hakuhodo angled horse and goat brush. This is one of the really old ones when they still dyed the goat hair. And the goat hair in this one was dyed dark to match the horse hair. I'm going to go a little bit through the nose and eye hollow area, even though most of it will be taken up by face paint, but it never hurts to do an underlayer. Normally I would contour the temples, except for I think the black will be sort of pushing out quite a bit, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to leave the temples alone and just do jaw, cheeks, and nose into the orbital area. I'm just doing rough, broad strokes because most of it will be painted over. I'm checking to make sure I'm back in the center after I keep getting up and sitting down, because what I'm sitting on is actually kind of a long bench, so I can shift around all over the place and access the table as needed. Okay, there goes my mirror. Contouring done, and mirror is back online. I'm going to use this to add light to my face. It's a little bit of a lavenderish blue powder. This is a discontinued Anasway face powder in 001. I've used it very, very rarely, as you can see from the fact that the imprint is still there. Going to grab a semi-fluffy brush just apply it all over the place. I use another Hakuhodo brush. This is one of their Kokotan goat brushes. I think this is their medium. And I'm just going to hit areas where it would normally be lighter, just to give contrast, light, dark, and then make the face more 3D. And do the T-zone area. And then down top of the nose. And if it seems like I'm stalling, I absolutely am. I'm kind of figuring out in my head as I go along. I know from watching the video, it was the base first, then the dark areas, and then the blue was done last. Well, I guess technically lips were done last. Let's see here. Anything I need from this kit? Let's see, a black eyeliner, my brow pencil. I think I need to make some tea because I am dehydrated. I'm gonna set some water to boil and then do my brows. Yes, I have a tea kettle in my office. I'm using the Shu Uemura hard formula in number 9. This is sort of the gray cool color. It's meant to mimic shadow that the brow hairs would cast, and that's what I really like about it. It's sort of like using powder, except it's in a pencil form, and I don't have to use an additional brush to deal with it. If you hear a background noise, that would be my water kettle boiling. Sorry, electric kettle. I may go back and strengthen the brows later to balance the makeup. But we'll see about that. And then I think the brushing is adequate for now, so I'll leave that alone. Ah, yes, I was going to get my little pen of makeup remover out here. So just in case I make some boo-boos, this is basically a water brush pen that I filled with makeup remover Bioderma. And I'll put that here on the side just in case I need it. Okay. Sounds like the water's done boiling, so I'm going to make some tea first, and then I will sit back down. Oops, I kicked something.
Okay.
So, let's start on the black areas of the eyes. And it's a little bit translucent. Let me show you. So you can see around the eye is actually a little bit translucent and it's outlined in an opaque black. And it's a little bit glossy too. I don't know if I can match that texture of the glossy black. You can see how under one eye it looks like it's disappeared, but that's just because it's shiny there and reflecting light. So I think I'll do the outline in opaque black first and then fill it with shadow. So we shall do that. I think I should have done my brows darker. Okay, let's do the brows darker then. Going back to that black eyeshadow, now that I have it filled out with the shape, we're going to use this black eyeshadow and then fill out there. Or we could be really adventurous and use an eyeliner. Hello, people in the comments. I will post reviews of all my Sonia G brushes. That's actually something I've been wanting to do because the Sonia G brushes are some of my favorites, right along with the Hakuhodo brushes. That kind of scares me. I'm going to do eyeshadow first. I'm a chicken. Yeah, I have been gone for way too long. I basically had to restructure a lot of things, and now I hope that I'll be able to do more of what I want, which is be on here, do makeup, and also just post about everything else I like. So things like kitchenware, anything that really I use in my day-to-day or do day-to-day. So it's going to be more of a true blog type thing, sort of like a diary. Okay, that's better. Gonna find some Q-tips, clean up the edge down here. Yeah, I don't want to limit this channel to just brushes anymore. Still be heavily featured, but I feel like the Fude has kind of hit its peak. And I did lose interest in it for a while because there was the overwhelm of there's just too much coming out all the time. But now that I have more time to enjoy brushes again, much more inclined to just play with them rather than treat it like a scientific field like I was doing before. And also more outlandish stuff like this. I moved my eyebrow as I was putting product on it. Oh, that was not smart. Okay. We're also doing more outlandish stuff like this. So partially because I do like doing stuff like this. I just didn't do it because I thought people had no interest in it. But also just to show you can use your precious Fude brushes for more rough applications. To me, Fude are tools. They're meant to be used. And yes, that does mean eventually have an end to their lifespan, but I might as well use them doing things I really enjoy. And tools for me are meant to be used. Yes, there are collector pieces where I will treat them much more carefully, like the original Fude I got from my parents, which is what started me down this whole thing. But other than like those sentimental pieces or those sort of seminal foundation pieces that are there for memory, I'm going to use the brushes rather than just kind of keep them locked up in a vault. which is kind of what they've been doing for the past year and a half as I was sort of restructuring a lot of things. But now it's back to playtime, or I have playtime again. I feel like one side is more far in than the other, so we're gonna. I am semi-prepared. I have a whole lot of Q-tips right in front next to me. I have a towel laid out to kind of put my dirty things on so it doesn't get the table dirty irreversibly. Okay, so really dark brows done. I'm gonna sketch out the outline of the eye. It goes right up against, actually it does kind of go up the nose a little bit. And it's about the same width of the eye down, so probably down to here. And then I'll be doing a little curly designs with eyeliner. I don't think I need to do my eyebrows with eyeliner. They're quite dark enough. So what brush do I want to do that outline in? I think I'll do it traced out in gray first. And there is a little bit of a gap between the eye circle and the eyebrow, but that's because she has, it looks like more lid space between the bottom of her brow and her eye. So I'm just going to be going all the way straight up to the eyebrow to kind of keep it in a more round circle at the circumference that it needs to be in. So here I'm just sketching out where I want my circle. These marks may not be showing up on camera, and for me they're just very light as well. It's more of a guideline, and that's too square. I don't like it. I'm gonna make it cut more sharply up here. Then I have to compensate for this hollow at my temple here, so I'm gonna take it a little bit more out. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. And then the nose triangle, I might as well sketch that too out while I'm here. Let's see, it's a little bit of a heart shape. This one's an actual shadow, so I'm going to go a little harder, a little darker. And then straight on, it's like an upside down heart. So for me, based on my nose nostril thing to make that upside down heart, we're going to do this. Okay, so that circle was slightly too wide, slightly too low. So we're gonna erase, erase, erase. Thank goodness for that layer of powder I put down earlier. And we're gonna try again. So have the circle come close to and skirt the nose. And that's a much more modest size circle. Or maybe I went too far up on the nose. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe slightly lower. Okay. And then the circle does go up on the side of the nose a little bit, and that kind of helps contour the whole thing. And start at the edge of the eyebrow, go slightly up the nose, pinch the nose bridge, circle, circle, circle. That's about the same area. Somewhere on the cheekbone. Drop it down. Okay. I might just redo the nose area completely. Where's my foundation? Erase, erase, erase. Control, Alt, delete. Wait, Control C? Control, yeah, Control, delete. One of the things I've been getting into much more heavily lately is martial arts. So I was kind of prioritizing health over beauty type stuff. But I do miss the beauty stuff. So I'm going to do more of it now that I have more free time because I cleared a lot off my plate. I'm just going to enjoy life more. I really don't like the term hustling because I feel like if you're going to live a life that you really like, you're always doing something, you're always busy. It's just how much of it is stuff you actually like and how much of it is stuff you're doing but you think you have to. So I'm doing much less of the things because I think I have to and much more of the things because I like them. Okay. Base outline shape here. Here, 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 here. And I think I'm ready to lay down the actual lines. I don't know if I want to take this further out. I think I will, because there's very little space in between. So if I drop my hair, it'll come to here. So I'm going to take this a little further out. I'm glad to hear you're still using the brushes you bought. I was actually going to do another brush clear out because one of the things I've been doing is going through my things, and if I haven't used them in a while, and I don't think I'm going to use them in a while, if I'm keeping them and I'm not using them, I'm going to let them go. So that was one of the big projects when I was redoing this place, was I was also letting go of a lot of things. And brushes, I already went through my makeup and let go of most of my makeup. Brushes is among the last thing. Brushes and clothes are the last things that I have to go through. And brushes are going to be much more difficult because I already did a purge a couple years ago. So now it'll be getting through the collection and admitting to myself which are the brushes I've been keeping for reference purposes only. Like I just keep them because they're used to be a reference to other brushes and I don't actually enjoy using them, versus brushes that I enjoy using but are kind of more obscure and can't be referenced. So basically I'm turning this into much less of a brush science channel reference and just going to be showing off and using brushes. Showcasing, not showing off. Because some of the ones I've already picked out to let go of are things like the super super Sabi Coho brush, which is nice to have in the collection, but I don't use it. And somebody else will probably enjoy using that. I've literally only used it with powder twice and washed it once. I've just kept it as a hair reference to compare to other Sabi Cohos. But it's not necessary, and I'm not going to keep it just for that. So this is actually working out perfect for the semi-translucent black. Get a lovely shot of my nostrils. I'm going to go back over the outlines with a black liner, make them much more opaque. I am going to be doing the same thing as I did last time when I destash my brushes, which is go on camera, sort all of them first, and then after I'm done sorting, go through the categories systematically and say this I keep, this I don't, this I keep, this I don't. And then post it for sale. Same system, because I think it worked. And I think I might need a larger brush for this. Let's go back to the Sonia G soft concealer. Oh yeah, this was the Sonia G Lotus Builder. The Sonia G Builder brush from the Lotus collection. So who asked earlier about the Sonia G brushes? Yeah, I like them a lot. I use them a lot. Like a lot. And because she makes really nice pouches, and then a lot of her brushes are designed for that ecosystem, that is, to fit inside the pouches, they're very convenient to travel with. I think I like her small face brushes. Like that weird size in between. Is that a really small face brush or a really large eye brush? I think I like those brushes of hers the best. Like this is one of those. It's like, is this a really large eye brush or is this a really small face brush? The answer is supposed to be a really small face brush because it's the soft concealer brush. So it's for concealing small areas here, and such like that. But I'm using this as a really large eye brush, and I've used this as a really large eye brush for, say, carving out the eye socket. Okay, I'm probably going to go into my brows and darken them with the eyeliner later. Okay, so we've got this nice translucent black laid down, which is pretty much exactly what I was looking for out of this look, actually. You see that sort of like that translucently quality. I think that's great. And then I'll go in and darken up these areas with a darker, more opaque black from another palette in my collection. This is the Bare Minerals A-List Quad. It's super old, in case you can't tell, but it's just really reliable. This is the second. I found them on sale when I think they were discontinuing these. I bought 2 or 3 of these, and this is my second one. I have one more in reserve. Actually, no, I bought, I want to say 6 of them, and I gave a couple away because I used it to do makeup on other people, and they really liked it. I'm like, here, have it. And so I like sharing things that people like. I'm gonna make this a little sharper. Like a funny story from childhood is my sister would always steal my things. And then when she got older, she realized if she said she liked something, I'd probably give it to her. And if she went, wait, it was that easy. I just had to tell you I liked something and not even ask for it, and you would give it to me. Like, yeah, instead you decide to steal my stuff and sometimes break it. But little siblings, right? Call it an ego thing, call it whatever you want. But if somebody likes it, it's like, oh, yay, you have the same taste as me. Let me share it with you. It's much easier for things like that are replaceable, that are not, say, antiques. Okay, I'm going to use this Sigma black and see if it'll give me the intensity that I want. This is from the Cinderella palette. This is Mischievous. Going really roughly with this, and then patting it all over the top and bottom lid. So this is a true matte black. The other one was a slight satin. So this is going well. Take it, run it down here. Try not to get too much of it in my eye, otherwise it might get underneath the circle lens, which will be really annoying. So trying to avoid that at all costs. So that's why my waterline is still unmarked. I don't want to start having my eyes tear up water, have to go remove the contacts. So I'll do that probably at the very last step. Go back to this brush. I'm gonna flip between the soft concealer and the builder. I do have lashes. I think I will apply those false lashes later. Basically anything that can mess up a lot, I'm gonna do at the very end. Okay. See, referencing it, it's dark on the edges, so I'm gonna take this. I've actually never done this sugar skull type makeup before. So I'm really surprised I haven't done it until now. Or attempted it. We'll see if I actually do it. Bring it down through here. Shade, shade, shade. Gonna go up strategically and try to give myself a sharper nose tip. So I'm kind of using the brush laid down flat like this, and I'm going stroking this way with the broad side of the brush to blend up. Because doing the padding of the broad flat side was doing the lay down, so now I'm using it to kind of lay down and spread it at the same time. Gonna put a little bit more down here, just some, oops, that was too much. Just to make it more heart-shapey. I'm gonna clean up the edges with this brow pencil. It's a combination of I'm laying down the pigment as well as I'm pushing the eyeshadow around. And this works with lipstick too, in case you're ever stuck in a situation. You're stuck in a situation where your lip line is uneven, your lipstick is down. If you take your lip liner over it and just draw out the edge that you want the lipstick to be in, the lip liner will lay down pigment and it'll drag the lipstick along and sort of fix it for you. Okay. I'll try not to sneeze. Are we going to sharpen that with concealer later? Okay, so I like how that's slightly light there, poking through. I want to leave this area light, but I want to make this sharp black. I don't know if I'm going to use this or use a pot gel liner. I suspect pot gel liner might work better, so I'm going to grab that. I think I might be done with this for now. We'll go back to it later. Stick these back in the brush holder. Okay. Nope. completely wrong pot. This is the Inglot Black. It might be too black. On the other hand, the liquid eyeliner is also super black, so kind of stuck. All right, we're going for Inglot Black for the outlining and the head frills. Will be done with the pen liner. This is going to be a little difficult. And there goes the last of my Inglot Duraline to revive that black eyeliner. Gonna let it roll around in there, soak in, revive it. Yeah, that's how long it's been since I've used this. Okay, now start marking out these swirls and stuff. Also, how many lines does she have on her lips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I don't know how I count 12 lines. Oh, because she has some doubled up lines on her bottom lip. Okay. So starting in the middle, there's the point. Okay, so she has a thing here first. Actually, I'm gonna do this with a combination of eyeshadow and this pencil. And I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to get close to this, or just do pretty close. Like, do I want to do like a little circle and a little space with a diamond in there too? It's like, okay, let's see. Sometimes when I get these ideas at 2 a.m., I'm like, I feel like a challenge. And then this well-slept, sober me is going, why? Why did you choose to do this? This is going to be more difficult than I thought. With the skin moving. Whoopee. And getting it symmetrical. Oh boy. Is my work cut out for me? Okay. Yeah, don't let sleep-deprived me make decisions for what I'm going to do the next day. Don't ever let me do that. Okay. And then there's a random little curly-Q thing here. Almost like a tendril of hair. Or the Hope ribbon. The Susan G. Komen ribbon there. And you know what? It's supposed to be an organic design, so who cares if they're symmetrical? They're definitely not going to be symmetrical. Woo! And there's a blank here, blank, blank. And then here. Here. And here. And then I feel like I'm learning how to write Chinese characters. Like, which stroke do you do first so then that everything looks right? or spaced correctly. Yeah, she has a lot more forehead space than I do. That's probably 120 lines. It's okay. Yeah, probably lower that line in the actual version. Here, follow much more closely. Curlicue here. Yay. Match up. Oh, this one got erased somehow. This one goes match here, matches here, matches there, and 1, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's one of the patterns. As for colors, I have way more blue pot gel liners than I knew I had, and also eyeliner. So let's see which one works best. Trying to think of a systematic way to do this, and I got nothing, so I'm gonna do the pencils first. So this is wrong pencil. That's the eyebrow pencil that I was using to trace. Let's go with the Urban Decay Ultraviolet first. Try to color match. I'm not going to do, it looks like she used 4 different colors. Maybe she should only use 3, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that many. Okay, so this is a matte, very dark blue. Maybe not. This is the Victoria Beckham. Who are you? Navy Noir. This is the Ingot Black. I'm waiting to revive. And okay, so let's go with the melts next. This is Melt Slate. So this is Ultraviolet by Urban Decay, followed by Navy Noir by Victoria Beckham. This is Slate from Melt. I'm saying this out loud as much for me as it is for you, so I can keep track of which is what. This is Steel. It's a little shiny teal. I am leaning towards the pot liners right now, just because they seem creamier and easier to go on than the pencils, but it might be harder to get a clean line of these guys. That one's slightly shiny. I also do have a white I could mix in to lighten it up as it ombres along. Anyways, this is Makeup Forever's 20. That, maybe that's too shiny because the reflection will make the design kind of get lost. Also, that's hella dry. Not sure if that's reliable. Also, I can always use MAC Fix Plus with any of the blue eyeshadows. And this is Stila's Cobalt. So Stila's Cobalt is looking like it'd be a match for Ultraviolet. And then these 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 would go together. Maybe with a little bit of that thrown in. Let's see. Where's my reference picture? Okay, let's get you out of the way. You're not needed for the time being. So, got these colors. There's a little bit of distortion. So it looks like ultraviolet's a very good choice. And actually it looks like the Makeup Forever one too. So that Makeup Forever, and I need a slightly darker color, which will probably be slate. How am I going to get these to blend into each other? Figure it out. I might... No, that's too dark. I'm not going to use that. Maybe the Stila for the darkest. Anyways, I need to revive this also a little bit, so I'm gonna do a little bit more Fix Plus. No, not Fix Plus. Duraline in there, and then make a repurchase of that. Let that roll around for a little while. The black should be done, so let's go in there. Who are you? No, you're shiny. I don't need you. Really want to use the cobalt though. Nah. Too many colors muddy the pot. You guys go back home. Okay. And let's see. Do the black first. Where's my bag of eyeliner brushes? Just gonna dump all these out so I can pick and choose which ones I need. I'm gonna use a lip brush actually for the black because it'll give me a nice thick line. This is a Chikuhodo lip brush from the Noel collection quite a few years back. Can't remember if this is Kolinsky or Weasel. Really mix it up in there. This is Inglot 77 AMC gel eyeliner. Put my phone on my mirror and get cracking. I think I will do my eyebrows in black. Okay, let's go. I think the artist who did this just freehanded it all. Actually, maybe I think she had a few marking points, but then otherwise just freehanded it. That's what it looked like from the video. And actually, there's a bit of color, dark coloration up through the lid. So I'm going to do that. Carve out the lid. Leave the upper lid untouched. There we go. Cut crease. That works. This is why I don't use the lip brush, because I am lazy. I don't have time, or yeah, actually I might not have the time to finish this. Uh-oh. Ambitious. Okay, so there is one side. Time to do the funny side. Don't drop the brush on your dress. Don't drop the brush on your dress. Okay, brows. Extend the tail of this brow. I realized belatedly I could have used the Anastasia pomade for this. Oh well. Cut the crease. Make the lid a little heavier. I'm bringing the brows closer together to make the nose look much thinner. Okay, and this is where I'm going to deviate really hard from the source material for all those little curly floral designs around the eye. Yeah, I'm going to really deviate from the source material here. That a little thicker. Let's reference my image again. Smudge it just a bit. Okay. I'm gonna also, while I have this out, go for the eyes. Doesn't have to be super neat because I'm gonna hit over it with the black eyeshadow again. I don't like that there. I don't know if I did anything for Halloween last year. I don't think I did. Wow. How sad. Okay. Go back in with the black eyeshadow. Black matte. Makes this part really joined in. Really color around the edges here a little bit. Okay. Eye base done. Where's my Q-tips? I have a whole ton of them. Where'd they go? No. Random squiggles time. Yeah. This is like the doodles I used to do in my notebook when I was bored during lectures. I just equated somebody's art to doodles in my notebook. I'm sorry. I think the makeup artist, the one who did this, your work is really lovely, and that's why I'm copying it, because imitation is the highest form of flattery. I feel like I'm scribbling Norse runes on my face and making them curly. Okay. Da 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 da. Carve out my nose even more. Okay. Now for that little circle dot. Okay, which way should I do this? Should I do the blue first and then the black, or should I do... Okay, let's do the black first and then fill it up. Okay, circle there, fill it up with blue, the mid-tone blue. So I think cobalt will be the one to fill that up. This is the Refer 034, and I'm probably going to be using this one the most. Okay. Arm on the table, remove a degree of freedom. And let's fill. Yay, something's happening finally. Okay. First spot of blue down, let's outline it a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna move all my brushes to the side and stick my main... Oh, there's my Q-tips. It was behind there. Okay. Mayday, mayday. Colored outside the lines. Okay. I can't put my pinky somewhere on my face to stabilize my pen. Oh, great. If there's one thing I learned and I'm going to have to remember is don't go over the same line too many times. Do not do that. Okay, I'm going to take... Does this still have any juice to it? Yeah, this still has some juice to it. Now we're getting somewhere. There's no way to do this easily. All right, so I'm going to go black first, and then when it transitions to blue, I'll go over it with blue. And don't go over lines more than necessary. Hello, terrible posture. Erase the extraneous, unnecessary line. This. And I'm just using the Thayer's Witch Hazel as my eraser stuff. I'm not using Bioderma because Bioderma does leave a little bit of film and it doesn't allow makeup to go on top as cleanly as I like. Like I do still find that Witch Hazel is better. And I'll touch those spots with foundation or concealer later. Okay, I need to move this back so I can set my elbow on the table. Okay. I think the temperature just went up a couple degrees. A little bulb on here. I need to remind myself to breathe so I don't pass out because that would definitely ruin the makeup. It's okay. It's supposed to be an organic design. Organic stuff is not exact. That's why I need to tell my OCD. Oh no, something got in my contacts. There's like suddenly a blurry film. Okay, first part of it done. Let's get the little curly cues in. Fill this first. Okay, the first one kind of goes around the diamond. Oh boy. Am I moving my head more than I'm moving my hand? Probably. It says something when my head gross motor control is better than my fine motor control. Okay, second one goes just under the farthest bulb. Let's go here. And this one has kind of a swell here. And then it has a really thick line. Supporting it. Well, I messed that up. Anyways, here we go. Might as well just make this symmetrical now. And then there's a little red cross looking thing, not red cross. There's a little thing there. Okay. I actually just made the design harder for myself with that little oopsies I had there. This is gonna be fun. Oh, weird. The weird side actually feels better. Okay. Okay, now it's time to go over a little part of that with dark blue. I need to sharpen this pencil. It's okay, just wing it, you'll be fine. You're fine. And since we're already deviating from the source material, let's make this curly cube blue. Okay. I'm gonna darken up those bulbs with the ingot. Oops. I dropped a cap on my dress. Okay. Time to do the fun stuff. By fun, I mean the difficult stuff. So I'm gonna trace everything in cobalt first. Cobalt? No, this is 20. I'm gonna trace everything in the Makeup Forever 20 first, and then go over it with the dark blue. I'm pretty sure the original artist used some sort of water-based cake liner. That may have been how she was able to get such a nice fade. Don't quote me on that. That's just a guess. Wild conjecture, really. Okay, so it starts here, and it starts here. First one. Okay, that's way too thick. Time to do some Mayday. Ah, gotta love makeup. Mess up, just wipe it off. Mess up, just wipe it off. Sure, the base is no longer perfect, but hopefully with all the distractions on my skin, it won't matter. Okay, not so much pressure on the brush. Not so much product either. Take two. Pigment's a bit wonky. Maybe I'll switch solely because it's not depositing as smoothly as I would like it to. Where's my Q-tip? Did I toss it already? I tossed it already. Okay, sometimes I'm too good at cleaning up after myself, and sometimes I'm not. There's a bulb here. Okay. You know what? This brush is too soft. I don't think I can do anything other than outline in this brush. Or do straight lines with this brush. Okay, we're going to try the Sigma Winged Liner E06 instead. This was sent to me a while ago for PR. Never got around to reviewing it. Oh, there's actually another branch to that. Shoot. Okay, I don't think I have the forehead space for that, so we're just gonna go. Okay, actually, let's try to stick with. And there's a nice big dot and a smaller dot there. And 3 branching lines. And then some more dots. Those I can do with a dark pencil. I'm running out of forehead space, so I'm going to do, or temple space, I'm going to do 3 dots instead of the 4. Make that disappear into my hairline. And trace this down. Okay, and then this, I think I'm going to leave that woolen alone. Just kidding. Gonna try to strengthen that line. That's one side. Time to do the other side. Nowhere near as delicate as the original, but it's okay. Maybe the MAC Fix Plus would do it. Change the texture up. This could be a grand experiment gone really, really wrong. Find that line. Did I even try to keep it straight? Or same on the other side? I did try. It was just not as hard as I should have. Make a small dot. Make the bigger dot. Now, one, two, three, And color some to make it ombre. It's not showing up on camera as it does, like from lighter to darker, not as much as it does in person. Oh well. All right, now the face ones. Oh, this will be interesting. It goes from that nose here, from the here, black to blue. Maybe I'll do them. How am I going to do this? First, I'm going to cover my eyeliner so it doesn't dry out, and I'll figure out how to do it. The black stops there. Oh, typical. I forgot about my tea. Let's get some to drink. The good news is it's nice and cool now. Or tepid. Okay, and that's where it starts turning into blue. Okay, so it's kind of this 1, 2, 3, 4, and some grand line over. I have a very rough, low resolution shot. It just seems like it traces the cheekbone. Like that. Okay. Picking up more on the Sigma winged brush, winged liner brush. Giving a really good mix in there using the brush head. I know that's bad for the brush. Okay, that's not exactly under the cheekbone, but let's see. Might improvise with that a little later. Actually, there's no reason not to erase it right now. Because on the reference it does follow under the cheek, under the eye circle much more closely. Before branching off into nowhere. Oops. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Just the following line. And this one does look more complex, like it has 3 different colors or so. Mm-hmm. Let's curl there. Okay, that should be good. This one actually does look a little darker. Okay. Okay, and then there's actually one that goes under. Oh, I did mess up already. Oh dear. Okay. So we're gonna fix that. Improv. Oh, since that's thoroughly messed up, should I follow the little other details? Mixing on the back of my hand, trying to get the pigment even. Just look like little leaves coming off. Battery is running low. Plug in your PC. Oh dear. Slow charger. Okay, that did it. Where was I? Oh yes, doing the little leaves. Okay. Seems like there's a whole bunch of little fine detail that I'm missing. So go in with the darker color, which is easier to work with, and add little details. Okay, now I'm going to go through with a darker color, add some details in. Take that off before I smear it somewhere that I regret. Take most of the excess off my brushes. And then I'm going to go in with the melt color. And it seems like it gets darker as it goes down, so I think I'll stick with the melt color, ultramarine, ultraviolet, and black from here on out, with minimal of the Makeup Forever 20 down here. Oh, that's super creamy. Ooh, this is a very different texture. You have to be very careful with this one. Okay, that's what I've got so far. I think I'll darken up a little bit here. I'm making this one a darker line, so it's like it's contouring. And this is Melt Makeup Slate. Okay. Make the other one more ultraviolet. And clean up those lines. Okay. Now for the mouth part. This will be interesting. I'm considering doing the lips first. I think I'll do the lips first because the swirls kind of are based off of where the lips start. So let's go in with the lipstick first and then lip liner second. Oh, I grabbed the red one. I guess I'm doing red instead of purple. And they are overdrawn. Whoa, the red is showing up way brighter on camera than it actually is. So that's NARS Rita. I'm going to go with OCC's not NSFW for my lip liner. And I'm moving the lipstick and outlining my lips at the same time. Okay. Lips, and then I think I'll do under the chin first. There's a little tendril there. And those are in blue. So I'm gonna find my Makeup Forever brush that I was using with the blue and overdo some of those in blue. Not sure if I get erasing it. Okay. Gonna go back to slate. Okay, now I've added some blue to that. I'm gonna take this. And add some lighter blue to those tips. And this is Stila's Cobalt. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other mouth. I'm going to do this with pencil. I feel like I'm drawing a mustache on. Okay. I think I run out of space on my face. Or it's just not wisely allocated space on my face. That will have to do because I don't have any more space down here. Oh, just ran into a problem, which is I can't see the side of my face to retrace lines. Awesome. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. I'm using the camera as a mirror to trace. Oh, the other side's gonna be so much fun, she said, crying on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna use an Estee Lauder lip brush. Okay. Passable. Now I have to do it on the other side. Awesome. I think I want to do the little lip lines first. Sharpen my pencil again. The nice side about having done my right side first is you get to look at my good side. Oh dear, that messed up badly. Okay, so curl up. And then another curl. And then we'll wing the rest. Okay. Let's start from down here. I have no idea if that looks correct at all. I can't see. And because my camera's pointed this way, my screen's pointed that way, I can't even see that side of my face. Excellent. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna blend that in. Blend that in some. Clean up that line. Clean up that there. Where's my Estee Lauder lip brush? Going into the melt. Okay. Kind of want to redo that one completely. I think I'll redo that one completely. New Q-tip. First, clean up here. Ah! That's the first thing I've dropped? No, that's not the first thing I've dropped. Holy shit, I think I'm almost done. Gonna add some more nuance and shading and blend colors into each other some more, and then I think I'm done. Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to overdraw my lips some more to run them into the lines. How do we look? Draw some vertical lines with the eyeliner. Make some of this blue. Hey Eric, it's been a long time. Thank you, Nocturne. I don't know when you popped in. I am doing well. I'm so much happier now, thanks. Got rid of a whole bunch of obligations that I was doing because they were obligations and not because I actually like doing them. And now I'm doing more things I like, this stuff. Okay. So for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, I'm doing that. The rest of the outfit, not so much. Oh yes, I was going to overdraw my lips a little bit more first. And I'm just doing it not because I know who that is. Well, okay, I know who the band is, but because I really like this sort of Art Nouveau, floral, very lacy, decorative type stuff. Thanks. I have to light a fire under my butt because I have to leave at 5:10. So, like up here, it's very true to the source material, and once it got down here, like curl goes here, curl goes there, close enough. I actually don't know how I'm going to do the black lines over the lipstick. This will be interesting. Let me check to make sure. Okay, so the black lines do kind of bleed into the vines a bit. So the vines down here and the black lines stitching across to cross in a bit, but not too much. Talk about tunnel vision. I was so focused on the vines, I didn't even notice that the little black stitch lines went across them. So far, this is working surprisingly well. The eyeliner is not picking up the lipstick and dragging it across. And I think that's a wrap. All the makeup I used over here. All the makeup I did not use, I will clean up later. Get rid of the Hello Kitty hairband. Oh, I need a hairbrush. It's okay, I'm gonna have it. I don't have a sombrero type thing, so I have a blue sun hat. And it covers my ears, which was a concern earlier because I thought, oh, I need to put foundation on my ears because the foundation is lighter than the neck. So I thought, oh well. So I'm going out like this with a little clutch and a red lipstick, not just the clutch, which I'm pretty happy at. I could make the lipstick a little darker. Make the lipstick a little darker. Let's see, what should I do that with? Where's my darker tone reds? Nope, that's bright as heck. Not using that one. Oh wait, but I can't redo the lipstick because I already drew the lines over it. I should have checked first. Thanks. Hope you have a great time and stay safe. So I've got this sort of Victorian looking dress on, this wire wrapped necklace, this rings to sort of match. Oh, I need to clean that. I need to clean this up. Rings and here. Also, clean my hands right now while I'm at it. A friend introduced me to these. Actually, a subscriber turned friend introduced these wipes to me, and oh my gosh, I love them. They are awesome. And let's see how they do with this mess. Amazing. Like before these, I was not very much a makeup wipe person, and after these, I kind of look forward to cleaning the makeup off at the end of the day. I use a wipe first, and then I go in with oil cleansing, and then regular soap cleanser. But what this does is it takes off eyeliner, mascara, all the like the heavy stuff first. So then the oil cleanser really gets to do its thing and remove the base makeup. And then after the oil cleanser is just a normal foaming gel cleanser to just remove whatever is left of the residue. And that's been getting my face pretty clean. I've been enjoying makeup a lot more again after Accutane. Well, I wasn't enjoying makeup at all with Accutane because any makeup I put on would start looking flaky and look like I was a shedding sweater. Some more. Clean. Oh yeah, and then this little ring here, the Alexandrite, kind of matches the greenish tones here, and I love it. So now I just need to figure out what shoes I'm going to wear, and then I am set. Get all the stuff off my fingertips before I touch something critical with it. Any makeup on my dress? No makeup on my... Oh, okay, there was a primer spill earlier. Let's get that off. And then she's carrying some questionable things. Let's see. I don't have giant wads of cash. I don't have a black rose. I do have a firearm, but I'm not going to carry that around for obvious reasons. I don't have a Jolly Roger, and I don't have pills. So instead, I'm carrying around a clutch. And knives are much more my style than firearms, even though I have one, because... But I'm not going to carry around a knife. But I do want to show off my knife, because why not? We're right here. All right, these are 3 of my favorites. That would actually be kind of thematic. One of them is an automatic. Looks like a stiletto. It's a trigger button, so it can be opened with both hands, which is nice. Actually, all 3 of my favorites are openable with both hands. This one's Benchmade, and this mechanism is so smooth. I love it. And because of how it is, it can be triggered with both hands. I'm actually left-handed, even though I do most of those things with my right hand. So that's this one. This hand's kind of wet right now from the makeup wipe. But yeah, this Benchmade. And then I have this one, which has a really cool mechanism. Pull it down here, and you use your finger, and you go rotate it. And then on the right hand, it uses the thumb. And then on the left hand, I can grip it using the index or middle finger, and then use the index finger to still rotate it up. So it's super nice. This one actually would be the most thematic. This one, or this one, but I'm not carrying either of them. So just showing off things I like. And I've got this little clutch here. It's got a little cute tassel. And what else can I do? I could do earrings, but I don't think I'm going to do that because the hair hides the ears. So one more time between this and ta-da! I'm so proud of myself. This took almost 3 hours, not counting the prep with all the tech setup and stuff, but that's the usual. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And I am so glad to be back. I am going to be back. And for those of you who are not here in the beginning, I am going to be going through my brushes again and destashing the ones that I don't use. Basically, I've been keeping a lot of brushes just for reference to compare to brushes, but they're not ones that I actually like and use a lot. So I'm just going to be going through my brushes, being much more ruthless this time and keeping only the ones I truly like and have to stop myself from reaching for, or ones that I use frequently, and the ones where I keep them just for sort of like pictures, comparisons, or hair references, that type of thing. I will be keeping sort of like historical brushes, like the original Shu Uemura brushes, because not only are they historical, but I do use them. I just use them less frequently because I am afraid of degrading them too much. So there's going to be some gray areas, and I'm going to just lay them all out again, organize them, and go through them like, okay, this is a flat long paddle. This is a round flat top, and then just go through it and be like, okay, how many of these types do I actually need? And then go from there and then destash. Sell the ones that I'm not going to use. And I also have some other friends in the food day sphere that I've told of my plan, and then they've been inspired to destash some of their backups and brushes that they were collecting just for collecting as well. So look forward to that too before the end of the year. I'm going to post once a week or come on here once a week. Hold me to that. You guys have my email if I don't. But now that I've said it, I'm going to hold myself to it. Before I'd be like, oh yeah, just see you guys next time, whenever that is. But this time I've intentionally set up with a good setup basically. I don't have to spend almost a whole hour setting up to be able to film a video like I did in all my other places. So humans being creature of convenience, I'm a creature of convenience. I've set my little corner of the room here up to be convenient, and I am excited to see what I'll do with it. And I'll also be showing a lot more things that aren't just makeup and brushes. Like, I have a problem when it comes to knives. I like knives. I like collecting knives. I like collecting brushes. I like collecting teaware, snacks. And I also have a huge bag of empties. Let me show you this bag of empties. I have this huge bag of empties that I've been collecting for, I want to say, probably the last year and a half. I'm also going to be sort of laying this out, sorting through it, and then doing videos on the things. It's going to be very quick ones. Like, I love this. I repurchased this. You see like 3 different empties of these. That's because I love it. And there'll be ones I'm like, I mean, I tried it because it's popular, but I don't love it. Like, it's going to be quick little reviews like that. And just basically anything I touch in my day-to-day life, tech that I really like using, office accessories that I really like using. I'm going to pretty much turn Jaybird Walking into a diary, what a blog is originally supposed to be, rather than what it kind of turned into, which was brush science or the brush database. So now it's just going to be a what do I like kind of picture video diary, AV diary. Yeah. A what do I like AV diary. So this is something I like. I love this hat. I like this dress. I like this type of style. I like this type of over the top makeup. And I know it's not for everybody, but it's my cup of tea. Speaking of which, I totally forgot to drink my tea. So cheers. I'm gonna read the comments and then hop off. Hello, MK. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped by at the end, because there was this point around hour 1.5 to 2 where I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. And that was when I started doing the design things over the base. Hello, warm olive. Oh, okay, yeah, scarves. Yeah, I could. Oh, yeah, that's another big thing. So I've basically, when I redid my room, I went through stashes of everything, and the last things I have to do and destash are clothes and brushes. So, and then scarves obviously go with clothes. I don't know if I'm going to be getting rid of scarves. That's going to be a little more painful than brushes because I have fewer of them. But yeah, scarves and outfits. So wearing nice outfits while doing pretty makeup. So this will be the little pretties corner. All right. And if that's it, oh, and then for those of you who don't know, I'm looking over here because this is where my screen is. Screen, mic, camera, mirror, keyboard, mouse, and then makeup, brushes, shelf of stuff. And yeah, I'm really happy with my new setup. Took a while, took some planning, grid paper, pencil, lots of erasure shadings. I'm really proud of it. So I'll see you guys next week, and I will hold that as a stout promise. See you guys next time. Bye. End stream. Oh no, now the mouse is not working. Okay, gonna have to work out some tech technical issues. I'm not using an actual mouse pad. Oh, and then this matches that too. Okay, even better.